I see, I see.
I bring it down like.
I see, I see.
I bring it down like.
Hello, welcome. How are we tonight, UNO? We are many people. I'm very happy everyone's here. I am Michael Pickering. This is Lofi Poli Sci. This is Common Sense is the name of our theme tonight. And we're going to talk about what more that means later on. But Lofi Poli Sci, we always start with the same way, with a little bit of that news fresh off that press. Got 5 quick headlines for you. How many of y'all know about Airbnb, right? We always hear about Airbnb because of Mardi Gras, right? And you'd never want to stay in one of those icky hotels, so instead, you go stay in someone else's bed. And that's Airbnb for you. Well, Airbnb, you may not know, but it's all around the world. And Italy has Airbnb as well. But Italy and Airbnb aren't getting along right now. Airbnb apparently hasn't been paying their taxes in Italy. And Italy, the Italian government just seized $837 million of Airbnb money. Now, I'm not that great at math, but how much money do you have to make in order to get $837 million seized for taxes? It means Airbnb is making billions of dollars in Italy off of just renting people's houses. But Airbnb, anyone want to guess their surprise, right? They were like, oh, I'm so surprised and shocked and I'm disappointed by all of this. And it's like, really? Are you that surprised that you didn't pay $837 million in taxes? Like, you kind of know if you didn't pay that or not, right? If I didn't pay it, I'd surely know it. But hey, that's Airbnb. What else we have going on in the news? Out in Indonesia, not the country with the most islands in the world, but a country with how many islands? How many islands in Indonesia? 17,508. Close. You knew it was in the thousands. That's right. Okay, Indonesia has presidential elections, and if you think presidential elections have issues here, let me introduce you to Indonesia, right? So their current president is termed out, cannot run for re-election. In Indonesia, there's an age limit. You have to be at least 40 years old in order to run. Now, the youngest son of the president went to the Supreme Court and tried to get that age lowered. That way, his eldest brother, which is also the son of the current president, that way at 36 years old, he could run for president. But Indonesian Supreme Court said, no, you cannot do that, we're not changing it. But I'll tell you what, if you are by chance an elected official and a little bit younger, well then we'll lower the age just for you. And wouldn't you know, that oldest son just happens to be the mayor and elected official, and therefore the Supreme Court is going to allow him to run as vice president. Hooray, hooray. Except the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court just got impeached, aka fired, for an ethics breach in that ruling because it turns out the eldest son is also the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court's nephew by marriage. So nepotism exists everywhere in the world. So I'm very interested to see what happens next in Indonesian presidential politics. Where else are we going? Oh, how many of you really like space in politics? What about aliens in politics, right? Yes, alien in politics. In our culture, everyone's like, extraterrestrial, do they exist? Well, Mexican Congress is getting to the bottom of it for all of us. This week, the Congress of Mexico are interviewing some doctors who have excavated some mummies in Peru, and those doctors are saying that these Peruvian mummies are extraterrestrial. So coming soon, Mexico is going to give us the answer. Are there extraterrestrial that have landed before? I'll update you and let you know for sure. What else do we have going on in the world? Chile, South American news for you. How many of you know that Chile, 3 years ago, decided to throw away their constitution? Like, they're a democracy, one of the strongest democracies in the world. And Chile said, you know what? I don't like my constitution. 78% of the population said, I want a new constitution. And so they did it. And so they've been working on writing a new constitution. Well, last year they had a new one. Put it up for a national vote. It failed. The people were like, no, this is not my constitution. No. So they had to rewrite another constitution. And they just finished it. And it goes up to vote next month. So we're going to find out if after 3 years, Chile, one of the strongest democracies in the world, do they have a new constitution or not? I'll update you on that one for sure. And a little last piece of something before we go into our next segment. How many of you have ever heard of the Golden Throne? The Golden Throne. What is the Golden Throne? It's kind of a throwback expression. Some of you may, like, I don't want to talk about this. This is potty language, isn't it? Yes, we're literally talking about a toilet made of gold, right? It doesn't exist. No one makes a toilet out of gold, except Someone did. An artist in England in 2019 made an 18-karat gold toilet. And in 2019, that toilet was stolen. And after 4 years, no one has still found this toilet that, by the way, is worth $4.8 million. A golden toilet. But the most recent news is they have arrested 4 people in connection with the toilet gone missing, but they still don't know where the toilet is. And it makes you think, like, what do you do with a golden toilet after you stole it?
I see.
I bring it down like.